Hello, I'm Ash Atala, series producer of IT Crowd.
And I'm Jamie Glazebrook, the producer.
And what we've got here, Jamie, is a little film about a day in the life of the night of the IT Crowd.
Bring it on.
We are doing a dress run that should take us hopefully about 40-50 minutes, just to make sure we've got everything right. Then we let the audience in, and then we start shooting. So that's what's happening right now on all these screens. And this is called a quad split.
There we all are, pretending we know what all the buttons and screens are actually for. The audience, here they come. God bless them, because if they weren't there, we'd be playing to an empty room.
We came from Redbridge Station an hour, 2 hours. There had to be a toilet broke.
Came from Colchester.
Liverpool,
yeah.
I've come from Belgium.
I'm a computer programmer, a system administrator for a small company in Ascot.
In college, basically. I need to get a job, I'm poor, but yeah.
Everybody goes computers now, isn't there? But I would imagine that there's lots of people exactly like them, actually.
We work in IT.
We work in IT.
We're all big geeks. The character's very it's much more different. It's not as boring as The Office.
You can certainly empathise with them being stuck in a basement, not getting recognition.
I've got a few friends that are doing computer science at university, and they're pretty much exactly like us.
It was nice, wasn't it? Because lots of people who did work in IT, like whole departments, would come. that bit of the audience walking in there with all the empty chairs, that was a very nervous moment, wasn't it, everyone?
I took you out on the first night. You said, Jamie, take me out, let's have a bit of that studio gold. And we went out and there were 10 people sitting in the back row.
It was like a party and nobody had come.
But then, minutes later, this
is what happens.
Here's Patrick, our warm-up.
So for the studio audience, there's an awful lot of waiting around, isn't there, between takes. They are extremely patient and kind to us.
They're amazingly patient. It gets kind of hot and uncomfortable. The whole recording takes, 3 hours or something?
About 3 hours. But they have to watch lots of scenes over and over again.
We recorded at Pinewood, and
The Weakest Link comes from Pinewood, as well as James Bond and the IT Crowd. So this is backstage. Nervous, obviously, for the actors. And here they are being received like rock gods.
The audience loved them, and as you can see, they're all quite shy, which is sweet. They didn't kind of come out and lap it up. They were sweetly shy.
We had to force them out.
You wouldn't steal a handbag. You wouldn't steal a car.
So most people who watch sitcoms don't really know that this is how they're recorded. Banks and banks of people watching. It's kind of quite theatrical there, isn't it?
Definitely. And the bits, as you can see, they're watching now a bit that we pre-recorded months before that you get shown on a video screen, and then only certain scenes and sets they're actually taking place in front of them, like this one, the IT office.
And I work in TV, and that surprised me the first time I saw it. So let alone...
And every subsequent time as well.
Short memory.
And action.
And there you go. I think it surprises some people how live it all is. It's basically like going to watch a play. You know, there's a set. It's like actually going to watch a play that you can't see very well because the cameras are in the way.
It's like watching the worst play you've ever seen.
It is like watching a terrible play.
And then someone in the audience in front of you stood up and obstructed you.
But they've got a massive camera.
But the upside is that you don't pay for your ticket.
I mean, it really is like having 300 people round to your house every Friday night. And you
do that anyway.
You want it to be good, don't you?
You do want it to be good. This is a great film, actually, because you see everybody doing their thing. I believe that we're about to see Richard laughing and cracking up a bit.
The old outtakes.
I'm in an ethical pickle. It turns out that meeting new people is a lot more common. Oh, come on now. I've got Dastardly and Muttley here.
That actually went on for about 5 minutes, didn't it?
Yeah, and weirdly, audiences love it when people...
Often, the biggest laugh you get in a night is when an actor swears.
Hence the success of Dennis Norden.
That's right. So this was an idea that one of the characters from Moss and the German would play us out live with the IT Crowd music. And there's the audience. I think that's called lapping it up.
and Moss is my favourite character. So I love his faces, where he just pans.
I did love the scene with the German bloke, the first one.
Have to be muck-ups where they bug it up. That was hilarious.
I like the cello bit at the end. That's nice. A bit of electro cello. It's always good to hear.
It was really cool. Moz was the best one. We thought he was really brilliant. He was really sweet.
Seeing Matt Mary. Seeing Matt Mary. Big fan.
I didn't know that they make it in blocks, so it was really interesting to find that out.
Yeah, we just thought they did.
Yeah, I just
thing.
And the set as well. It's all backwards. I mean, I was trying to look at them and look on the TV, the VT shots and everything, and just try and find where the cameras are, and it's just impossible. It's like a maze. It's really interesting.
That's what they thought, Ash. Let's hear from the man himself, creator, writer, director, Graham.
I was a bit worried because of the subject matter. This was Moss and the German, which I've always been slightly nervous about because I didn't know whether people would laugh at the idea of Moss being potentially eaten. So I'm very happy with the way it went. They really went for it.
We're the Germans.
I met the Germans and I apologised to them profusely, and they were fine about it. So the whole reason the show exists is because it is a true story. Apparently, that before that German cannibal ate the guy he ate, there was a bloke just before him who he watched Ocean's 11 with and bottled it. So it's based on that, yeah. So I told them that was the origin of the story, and I used that to mask my embarrassment that I just insulted them by saying that that Germans are generally cannibals, which I don't believe. Just a small percentage.
We like Schweinfleisch.
The pressure of a live audience is an absolute boom when it comes to comedy. Your adrenaline's going, and you have all these ideas that you wouldn't normally have. And sometimes if I see something and I go, I think that I know that line can be done funnier. Sometimes the actors need a tweak, and sometimes it's the line. And I just go on and just make sure that we're getting the optimum amount of gags. I'm not saying all comedy should be filmed in front of a live studio audience, but I certainly like it. To me, it just gives it all a kind of fairy dust that is very special and you don't get with stuff that's just shot on location.
There they go. Auf Wiedersehen, friends. Good night, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think so.